seen your dreams in the night sky. You know I want you to be mine. But you won't make it that easy. You're not the type to fall in deep. You know that really want me. Just stay, you're like a song stuck on replay. Your smile is always in my way. I know you know that you need me. It's not.
Morning Gamer, Tuesday, October 20th, 2020. Thanks for being with us on Gaming Morning Show. I am Ryan, he is Sean. 3 hours of fun, laughs, reminiscing about all the great things that happened in the last 24 hours, 12 of which was specifically driving across states and then coming immediately right back and having undue stress, unneeded stress, which I'm going to let that man talk about in just a second. We got this day in gaming history. We got birthdays coming up. Sports in the 7 o'clock hour today. So we're going to talk about some of the headlines in the world of sports. Jeff Bridges, some bad news for him. We'll talk about that. We got some new Frozen stuff on tap, and we'll talk about Halloween in a moment as well. You can find us Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and at gamingmorningshow.tv. We are on Twitter at WatchGMS. Good morning, Sean. Yeah, suck it down. You get that coffee in your system. Inject the caffeine blitz right to your bones. I think that's how caffeine works. How you doing, buddy?
It's where your energy comes from. Straight from your bones.
Right to your bones.
Oh, man. Let me tell you. I'm so happy to be home. I thought multiple times over our drive home that one of three things was going to happen. One, everything would be fine and we'd get home, and that's what happened, and I'm happy for that. Two, we were going to break down in somewhere where we had no cell signal, and we were going to just live on the side of I-84 for the next couple days until people found us. Or three, the car was going to literally explode and I was going to die.
So we went down to where our in-laws used to live. They've just moved in with Sean. He informs me this was over a month ago that they moved in. I don't believe him, but his birthday was over like 5 weeks ago at this point. So, I mean, I believe him, but I don't believe him. And so we I think we've told this story, but we had to go out and load a 26-foot moving truck for our in-laws' house because they've had 15, years worth of stuff that, accumulated, right? So this was after a 20-foot truck already left their house and allegedly also did a dump run. That I can't verify. So we already show up, do a Mission Impossible style loading of this truck, and there's still stuff left over. Plus, this 1997 Jeep Grand Cherokee. I want to say it was like a 97 or 98. And it hadn't been driven in a very long time. It was just kind of sitting there. And they were adamant that we couldn't get rid of it. So we had to just let it sit there. And now, fast forward to yesterday, we had to go get the Jeep and like 6 things from the garage.
It was mostly the Jeep, yeah. And so, number one, the battery's dead. We knew this. The battery was going to be dead. We get it started. It turns over. Sounds like a boat. Smells like a boat. Drives like a boat. So we get the battery jumped, and it's running. And okay, step one, we do our little light inspection. Those all work. Great. We're off to a great start. We can do this. We start going, and number one, it's hard to drive. Turns out the tires were very flat, and that was contributing to some steering issues. It felt like there was no power steering, and a lot of that was the tires just needed inflated more. But the first time I backed out, and then I stopped to pull forward, I hear this slosh sound from within the car somewhere. So I'm like, well, that's not ideal. So sounds like a boat too. Slosh sound. Doesn't drive great. Drives weird, very very loose steering, very like it doesn't want to. I've never fought a car more to just go straight on like side roads. So not the most pleasant thing to drive. The brakes, I feel like I'm, in a racing car where I have to put like all of my weight on the brake to even slow down a little bit. So slowing down is a physical feat. And then we eventually put air in the tires. And then all hell breaks loose.
This is like 30 miles down the road. I'm following him, looking at his tires, not anywhere close to #CarExpert. And I'm just like, I don't think those tires look like they're fully inflated. I think we definitely need to stop because we're about to drive 200 plus miles. We might as well make sure that they have the right amount of air. Because we had also stopped at a gas station, which was near a place I used to work. And I was like, I guarantee there's air there. And we had to get gas anyway. And we show up and the air machine is out of order. Neither of us had brought a tire gauge. And so, yeah, it started off things poorly. So we get the tires inflated.
So yeah, we get the tires inflated, and then I go to turn, and it's as if the rear tires, and we took a video of it, and I reviewed the video. It's as if the rear tires and the front tires are turning at completely different speeds. So I go to turn and drive, and the back tires are just like squealing on the ground. I don't understand. I'm also not #CarExpert, but it was a mess. Didn't seem to be happening when we were going straight. So we're like, all right, well, we gotta get this Jeep to Salem somehow. So we went on, and things were okay. It was not great to drive. It was stressful to drive, but we were going just fine.
That's good, right? That's good. That's okay, right?
It's totally fine. So I get into a groove, and it's like, okay, the car and I have come to an understanding. I'm going to gently drive it down I-84. It's going to not buck me out of the car and throw me into the gorge. And then the sun starts going down. And I realized, despite having the lights on, and despite having everything turned on I have no dash lights. So now, as the sun goes down, and I lose my ability to see how fast I'm going at all, I'm just winging it. This feels about 65 to 70. We should be good. I was so happy to get on.
Well, and then I'm following him the whole time just because if he's going to lock up, which we have a story about that, and fly into the ravine, I at least wanted to be able to witness it so I can call the authorities immediately and make sure that we get some help out there. Because we had tried to tow this thing. This goes back to the original move. We had tried to tow this thing, and it turns out it is incredibly difficult to tow an always-on four-wheel drive vehicle because you can't tow it on a four-wheel dolly or a front-wheel dolly. And so we tried to do this, and we had done our best research to figure out if we could. But again, neither of us being #CarExperts, we threw it on this front-wheel dolly in about... I give us credit. We did a test. We were like, hey, let's give this thing a 20 20-foot pole and see if everything's going to be all right. And sure enough, within 20 feet, wheels locked up, right? And so I'm calling tow truck companies being like, hey, I'm concerned that we might have screwed this up. And the guy's like, oh, yeah, your transfer case, I believe is what he said, is going to be long gone. Like, don't expect to be able to drive this car. But we took it off the dolly, and we went around the block, and it drove. And then when we put the tire and the air pressure back up in the tires, and it started making that sound, I'm just like, I don't think this thing's supposed to drive. And Sean's like, I keep asking him, like, are you going to be all right? You going to be all right? You going to be all right? And he's like, well, otherwise we're just going to leave it here. And I'm just like, okay, because I'm like looking at him like, I'm not going to drive this thing at all. You can't get me in there. And then we're going down the highway, and as the sun starts to dip down, like he said. I also noticed that his rear lights, the brake lights come on when he taps the brake, but the back lights, as far as running wise, like running lights, they're not working. So I'm basically drafting him to try to make sure that nobody like drives up, passes me, and then slides over and sideswipes him because they can't see him. You could see your front lights, like you could see that you had lights on the front, but the back, like they were a muted red. Let's just put it that way. So we get back to his house after a 4-hour drive, 4 hours plus, and he looks at me, he's like, that was the most stressful driving I've ever done in my life. But we made it.
We did make it. So it turns out I needed you to drive behind me to be my backlights and in front of me to give me pace. So
basically, Sean and I are using this opportunity to announce that we will be the newest driving team in Formula One for 2021. We are replacing Ferrari, who's no longer needed in the ranks of Formula One. And so we'll be on that circuit sooner than later. This gives us a chance to bring up our topic. It is about Halloween movies. We have some hashtag GMS morning gaming news coming up, and I'm sure that I suspect there will be a topic that is relevant to Halloween. So stick around for that. It's coming up shortly. But what is the best Halloween movie? There's a Hocus Pocus reunion happening right now, which I'm imagining is just going to thrill your wife and family.
Oh yeah, for sure. We are all fans of Hocus Pocus. It is. I wouldn't say it's my favorite Halloween movie, but I do appreciate. Well, this is going to be a bad idea. I do appreciate Hocus Pocus and enjoy it quite a bit, especially because the whole family likes it.
And so they
So
have,
yeah, they'll enjoy that quite a bit.
yeah, they have a reunion. Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kathy Najimy are all getting together to do something. That they have a reunion special coming out on the 30th of October. But they had images that we can share with you in the chat. The first sneak peek of what it's going to look like. Would have they're not the Schuyler sisters because they are from a different movie. Any idea? What's the name of the sisters? Sanderson sisters?
Sanderson sisters. Okay,
think
down
someone's
one,
coming up
or I
next.
killed someone out here in the house.
Okay, are we safe?
Yeah, I think I killed the other one downstairs.
Okay. Alright, here I go. My glass.
Mike who?
Mike who? So
My
we want to
glass.
know what your best Halloween movie is all time, and if you prefer scary, or if you're rather, just having like a nice, calm, relaxing Halloween, something like that, because, not everybody wants to be scared, am I right?
Especially some people in this current stream. I'll go get that one.
Not naming any names, but his name is Ryan. I do not like to be scared. I'm not a fan of being scared at all. So we bring that up because that is coming out, the Hocus Pocus reunion, and we also want to know about trick-or-treating, because I think I'm trying to figure out a plan for trick-or-treating since there's still, a pandemic and everything, and I'm not entirely sure, I don't suspect that my family and I are going to go out and do, normal trick-or-treating, so I'm kind of interested to hear, what people are doing in the trick-or-treating realm, and maybe some best stories around trick-or-treating. I remember, I'm from a really small town, and so trick-or-treating in my town, you go to houses, every single person in town, so you have to worry about, avoiding the, area that you don't know or any of that stuff, because that's not a thing.
Someone just jumped off of the blue building down this way. Oh, and I'm getting shot from inside this building here. I'm going around the other side.
You bailed. Where is this guy? He's a ghost.
You're so spooky today.
He's a ghost.
He got real scared of us. He must be in this blue building. Or he, like, took off to go.
Let's go finish our scav and not die, hopefully. It's right above me, of course. Please don't be in here. Please don't be in here.
Cool.
Anyway, so we didn't have to worry about, like, specifics with trick-or-treating. But what I do remember is when I was more little than not, my parents would drive the car, like, alongside us. So you'd get out and you'd walk, like, 6 blocks, and then they'd pick you up and they'd take you a little bit ahead. And then they'd, just keep driving. And for all I know, they were, boozing it up in the car or something. I have no clue. But that was the thing that they did. All right, we can drop and get our loadouts. But I don't know if we're going to get bombarded. Oh, that's you. Okay, I'm coming off the roof. Oh, I need $400 more if you can drop 1 triangle worth. Oh wait, no, never mind. Never mind. You're going to be able to. So here, take this. That way, at least you're coming back if we get bombarded.
I'm not getting good.
Oh, I'm getting bombarded.
Yep.
Spot over my right
They're both
shoulder.
there. They came from that small building where that guy ditched us.
They just waited. We got gaming news coming up after this, though, so stick around for that. This hour, this day in gaming history, and birthdays as well. Did you already get your guns?
Sure did. It's the worst.
He ran into that blue building's right in front of you. Wow. Well, that's unfortunate. I guess we can do gaming news now. Those guys were just mean.
Yeah.
We were bullied.
That wasn't nice.
Did they not hear our story? We had a lot of stuff going on yesterday. We didn't want to be bullied. That's mean. It's 6:20, 6:21 to be exact. West Coast time, 9:21 on the East. This is Gaming Morning Show on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and at GamingMorningShow.tv. Jeff Bridges has announced that he has lymphoma, and this came out yesterday on Twitter. He shared a post. Were you into The Big Lebowski at all?
Not really.
I haven't seen it, and I know that that's like a very cult classic, right?
Mm-hmm.
People are pretty affectionate of the dude. And so he says in this post, this is Jeff Bridges on Twitter, as the dude would say, new has come to light. I've been diagnosed with lymphoma. Although it is a serious disease, I feel fortunate that I have a great team of doctors and the prognosis is good. So, hashtag, you're actually a doctor. What's lymphoma?
Lymphoma is a type of blood cancer. So you've heard of maybe not, like ALL, CLL, AML, CML. Those are all types of lymphomas.
Isn't leukemia a blood cancer too?
Leukemia and lymphoma. So your lymph system, lymphoma is part of that, is a cancer of that system. So
okay,
they're all kind of, they're not great. And your lymph system, just like when you have blood cancer, if you have lymphoma, it's bad because it's that goes throughout your body, so it's easy to spread. Not good.
Well,
but like any cancer, can be treated and managed with some various likelihood of success.
Well, we will send some serious well wishes to the dude. I saw Jeff Bridges. One of my favorite SNL skits from like an era ago, because it was kind of this group of cast members like the Kristen Wiig, Maya Rudolph, Fred Armisen. They kind of had this stretch in the last period of SNL, and they did the Californians. Did you ever see that skit at all?
Mm-mm.
The Californians. And it was hilarious because mostly there's a lot of character breaks, and that's one of my favorite ways that SNL entertains me. And Jeff Bridges was in an episode which I just watched the other day, and coincidentally or ironically, I never am sure, he played Fred Armisen's character's doctor and told Fred Armisen that he had cancer. But he was great as one of the Californians. Like he shifted into that role so well. It's just unfortunate that in this example, it turns out that he has cancer. 6:24. Let's go ahead and get some information about the news of the day as it relates to gaming. Let's go to the newsroom. It's time for the good stuff from #VideoGameExpert. Here's Sean.
Good morning. Today is Tuesday, October 20th, 2020. And this is your gaming morning show, Morning Gaming News. Lighter day today in terms of news and shenanigans. No scripting today. Too tired for that. First up, Modern Warfare and Warzone news. This comes from Ryan Gillian of Polygon. Modern Warfare and Warzone are going dark. We're getting nighttime mode in Modern Warzone for Halloween. So we're getting some spookiness, some new costumes for Halloween. We're getting the doll from Saw, and we're getting the Leatherface skin from Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We're also getting Zombie Royale, and this is the part I'm most excited about. In Zombie Royale, when you die, instead of going to the gulag, you come back as a zombie, and then you can attack other people. And then if you, I think when you kill survivors, they drop a syringe. If you collect 2 syringes, you redeploy. So that sounds cool. Also, it sounds like if you have some superpowers as a zombie, like if I go down and you're still alive, rather than coming back, I should just stay as a zombie and protect you as a zombie.
That's interesting. So they've found a different way, because I've seen other game modes, because it's kind of infected-esque, right? Mm-hmm, but you don't come back, right? And so that's kind of neat that they have a different option than what they've done in the past. Although, listen to me, we didn't need to have the Jigsaw dude. That was unnecessary. Getting to run around with a bunch of Jigsaw-looking dudes. Pass. Which I guess you told me that's not actually what that mask is.
Yeah, that's Billy the puppet.
Pass. Hard pass.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting. There's also in various modes, there's going to be boxes which are Halloween themed, and when you open them, you'll either get special like blueprints or sprays or emblems, that kind of stuff, or a jump scare. So that'll be interesting.
No, that's stupid. Then they should take it from the game right now.
On lighter news, the PlayStation 5 is going to use software to manage, and I enjoy my headline, PS5 to use software to manage jet engine sound effects. Basically, they've come out and gave some details on how they're going to be running the fan, the cooling fan for the PlayStation 5, which is a monster fan. If you didn't watch the breakdown of the PlayStation 5, this thing is huge, and part of why it's so huge is it's one fan drawing air from both sides of the PlayStation and venting it out the back. And so rather than having multiple fans, they just have one giant central fan. And they're going to be using that, essentially be able to update the firmware for the fan to control the speed and how it acts to micromanage performance. They're doing this to, number one, as it is a fan, to keep things cool, but number two, try to avoid the now memed loud PlayStation noise, which we've had for the PlayStation 3 and now the PlayStation 4, where it just sounds like a jet engine.
Sorry, we couldn't hear you. There was my PS4 was cooling down, so
So we'll see how well that works. I'm sure, I'm sure at some point the PlayStation 5 is going to get old enough that it starts making noise too, because that's just how it seems like their consoles go. But it's cool that they're at least thinking about it. And always last but never least, we finish off today's Gaming Morning Show, morning gaming news with the world-renowned segment within a segment, where we're not in a Jeep, and that makes us all happy. This is what's out today.
We're also still, existing, and that's a big win as well.
Here's what's out today. Me, I am not in the Jeep anymore. I'm out of the Jeep. But in the video game world, we have Amnesia Rebirth, which I'm sure is a spooky game. That sounds like a spooky game. On the PlayStation 4, PC, and Mac. Monster Truck Championship, which is probably not a spooky game, on Xbox One. Hyper Brawl Tournament, PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. Outpost Delta, out on Switch. Drone Swarm, out on PC. Rogue, out on PC. Solasta, Crown of the Magister, out on PC. That title just sounds like typos. That's just me. Blood of Steel, out on PC. Manifold Garden, out on PC. And for the most prestigious award in video game focused morning shows, your favorite segment within a segment within a segment, today's name of the morning goes to Shakedown Hawaii, out on PC. And I picked this one because it sounds like Hawaii has lunch money, and you really want Hawaii's lunch money, and you're going to just shake down Hawaii. Give me your lunch money, Hawaii. So I picked that.
Yeah, the one they had Solasta, Crown of the Magister. That's the one you're saying looks like a typo city, right?
Yeah.
Because it should be like Solarsta, and then Crown of the Magister, like magistrate. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of when I was in college. There was this thing called the registrar, and I never understood that name because it just sounds like it's made up. It's like, oh, we need to come up with something for the person who registers people for classes.
How about
just
the
call them the registrar.
What about the registerer? And then the person whose job it was to be the register was like, well, that sounds lame. How about the registrar?
Rawr. I did like
Registrar.
Monster Truck Championship, even though that's a very, this is a name. I mean, what's the game about? Well, there's gonna be monster trucks, right? And they're gonna race, and there's gonna be a champion. So let's call it Monster Truck Championship. But I don't know, it just seems very. Outpost Delta was good too, but yeah, I like Shakedown Hawaii. That is our name of the morning, and as such, it is now eligible for Name of the Month. You can find that on our YouTube page. Our prior Name of the Month has been posted, and we will eventually name our prior. So I should have said our prior one has been posted. We still need to post our prior one. It's a lot of work, and we are moving Jeeps, okay? 6:31 West Coast time, 9:31 on the East. Still to come this day in gaming history. And birthdays, we want to have the birthdays here. Birthdays go here. There. I did it for you. I know that you're logged out, so. I like how there's a game called Rogue, but there's a game called Rogue Company.
Rogue, I feel like, is a common word in video game titles.
There's not like a major trademark system. Like if this game is called Rogue and there was another game called Rogue prior, like they don't get sued, do they? Or is it just like anything else, you have to have a trademark? I'm sure, I guess there's not another game that could be called Call of Duty, right?
Right. I mean, I think the names are usually trademarked. My understanding, and I am not a law expert, is that there are certain things, like common words, that you can't trademark. But I feel like if you had a game that was just titled Rogue, that someone else can't come out and make another game that's just titled Rogue. But if you had a game that was like I think there's a Rogue Squadron game,
That's Star Wars, right?
Yeah. You can't come out and try to sue this company for calling their game Rogue, because it's different. You can't own the word Rogue, to my knowledge.
And that's hashtag law expert. You can find Sean Bar. Yeah, so we got another Warzone drop coming up. Like I said, this day in gaming history and birthdays. Our topic of the day, best Halloween movie. And if you don't have a Halloween movie per se, what is your best trick-or-treating story? My favorite thing that my family did when it came to decorating for Halloween is we had this fan.
Was it your biggest fan?
It was not my biggest fan. It was my second biggest fan. My biggest fan is the Sony PlayStation 4 because it's sorry, PlayStation 5 because it's got such a big fan. We had this ceiling fan, and my mom, who loved Halloween, she would take bats, like plastic bats, and use fishing wire and attach them to the fan, and on this low speed setting, when she'd open the door, she had bats flying around her. We have company, and I broke my legs. That is very unfortunate. Oh, that is very unfortunate. There's someone in the scav house. I'm behind a pile of plywood. He's behind you, behind you, behind you, behind you.
Take the pain. You're fine.
Behind you, behind you, or in front of you. He's got a riot shield.
Take the pain. You're fine.
Oh God.
At least we have enough money. We can redo that drop. I'm sorry. I tried to be a little bit aggressive. I pulled my shoot. I just dropped it, a little bit too close. All right. Did we not get that though, right?
No, we didn't.
So we can find another.
Oh wait, there's
Does anyone need this?
there's
You want-
still one there.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's a different one.
Let's just go there. Since we're here, what's the worst that could happen?
They definitely won't be going that way. That'd be silly. It's not like they get an alert that says people dropping into your area.
Well, that was a message that dropped.
That's my door.
Was that your door?
I have an armor box, so when we get together here, right here. Okay, it's up here. My glass. I just saw someone fly overhead. I don't know. Oh, there's a guy right here. Oh my gosh! I ran into a whole team. They were running right by me. There's a guy around that corner. He's got a riot shield.
Oh, I broke him. I couldn't get him with my crappy marksman rifle.
That was freaky. Oh my gosh, that was so freaky. Okay.
They ran right by you. It looked so bizarre from my screen because it looked like the three of you were just hanging out together.
Morning, Mike. Oh, he goes, what if we had a game called Call of Duty, Doodie, and it was about pumping out septic tanks? I swear that was the joke. That was my favorite joke from Wreck-It Ralph. Do you remember that movie? That was called Hero's Duty. Sarah Silverman's character was so good at me. Like, you said duty. That's good. 6:36 after the hour on the West Coast, 9:36 on the East. You can find us on Twitter at WatchGMS. He is Sports Doc Gaming. I am Hefty Goof. We just named our name of the morning, which was Shakedown Hawaii, out for PC, and we did retweet the developer of that one. So be sure to check it out. It looks like it's got some cool stuff going on with it. And then we had those two GMS gaming or morning gaming news stories, hashtag GMS morning gaming news. Coming up next hour, we'll talk about some of the best Halloween movies of all time. We're asking you what your best Halloween movie is, and do you like to be scared? That's where, like, this thing with Billy the Puppet or whatever his name is has me a little concerned. And that comes out this morning, right?
Yeah, it should go live. We finish at 9, so it'll probably go live at like 9:05.
right after the show. I think actually we could have played the beta yesterday. Now that I think about it. Yeah, that would have been fun.
Yeah, we'll have lots of cod bakla.
Hashtag hot bakla. I wonder if we're gonna be able to play zombies on stream, only because zombies matches tend to take like, a day and a half.
Yeah,
And so I don't know exactly
we'll
if that
get
fits
3
in.
rounds in.
And if there's a pause function, then we'll be in all right shape because we could pause and then jump back into it. That's a possible. Beta was trash, according to Maiko. You didn't like it? It's different. It's definitely not the same.
It is different. I haven't haven't decided if it's different in a way that um, I actually don't like it, or if it's just the fact that it's different. But I liked some of the maps. The movement was cool. I don't know. We'll see.
I definitely like the Miami
Yeah.
map. It's beautiful. Yeah, the Miami map is just amazing. But, you know, it's one thing to have a beautiful map and have it not be actually, like, practical to use, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Pretty is good, but if it's not fun, then who cares?
Yeah, and he's saying Black Ops isn't his favorite in general, so...
Mm-hmm.
Because I imagine that with the different publishing houses, right, things tend to stay the same. Like some of the best things that one house does stays consistent over games.
Yeah, there's definitely some subtleties that the different developers are consistent with. So yeah, it feels like a Black Ops game. I'm excited for the campaign. The campaign looks cool. I'm excited Zombies came back, because that's from those developers. That's typically what we spend our time on, is Zombies. This is the most we've played of like multiplayer modes.
Yeah, Warzone is definitely more fun for me than the multiplayer thing. Okay, this. Oh gosh, I missed a whole bunch on the melee. This is open. I'm getting shot. I almost got him low. He's so low. He's so low. He's so low.
They're down. Deep breath. You'll be okay.
Okay. We need eyes. Send that recon.
Okay, they're in the adjacent building.
There's still a couple guys outside.
I say we get the hell out of here. I have no guns, no shields. I
will
believe
protect you.
we are tech. Oh, good guy around. He's right up on this roof, or he's above us. He's might be flying in. Okay, he was flying in. Yeah, I'm going here. My concern was we were outgunned, outmanned, outnumbered, and outplanned.
I think we had a good plan. It was don't die. And
Fair.
so far,
Fair.
so good.
Oh, I got a rocket launcher. That'll be helpful. I might put that down because I'm gonna otherwise die, clown. So
I have one plate.
Got some tacticals here.
let's go to the village.
Headed
Oh.
this way.
You getting shot?
Markouts moving.
Don't know where he went. He appeared to be alone.
I'd love to have more than just. Oh yeah, guy over the building, right in front of us, northeast. He's right there.
Moving up. Throw a grenade.
Fight me.
Where is he?
He's over here now.
Signs of a search here. 50 off.
Okay, downed him. Thirsted him.
Get his plates if you can.
Heard gunshots.
Definitely a sniper.
Oh, yep. Towards the stadium.
Oh yeah, I see him. I'm gonna go around the left.
He's broken.
he by the tree still, or?
No, he's by this truck. Downed. Someone else is nearby.
Okay, I don't know what I'm shooting. I thought I had an AR and I took one shot. Whoopsie. The trailer makes it a bit too cartoony. The flow is just strange. I agree about the campaign. It sounds like it'll be cool. Yeah, for sure. All right, let's find a different scav because that was bad. Let's see. Where can we go elsewise? Where's a scav? Where's a scav? There's one right there. It's in downtown. Yeah, and I didn't mind like the cartooniness of it. I just think it's a different feel for sure. And I think it just takes, time to get used to. I like the storyline. Like a Cold War era game is kind of fun. So
Yeah, for sure.
I got the first one. I thought you can get the next one.
Down.
I think all things considered too, this game is just really well done.
Yeah.
Next objective located.
It's a long way away. What are you up to today, Maiko? You got anything good going on? Did you get a best Halloween movie for us?
Enemy UAV overhead.
My door. My door. My door.
Hostile dropping into the area. Watch
Also
the
my
skies.
door.
So many of my doors.
Objectives updated. Move to the next location.
Excuse me.
My door. There's a rifle or AR if you want it. It's like an AK. Oh, actually, I'll take it. Sorry.
I got your
I'm an
present.
a-hole. Thank you. Alright, should we go get enough for a loadout separate from what we have now? Because we have
Yeah.
1,000, 2,000, 3,000, so we need about 6.
Enemy UAV overhead.
We can get this bounty right in front of me.
Let's do it.
Doors open.
That was probably me. I opened lots of doors over here.
Right in this truck. Yep.
Positive ID on the bounty target. Sort them out.
Time to hunt.
Oh my gosh, if they're up on top of a building, I'm gonna lose my brain. Monster Squad, duh. Wolfman's got nards. I don't know either of those movies. I'm assuming those are
Loadout
movies.
drop on the way.
Should we go get that drop instead now? Oh, he might be right next to us.
Yeah, let's keep an eye on bounty. See if we can catch him off guard.
Gas is moving in. New safe zone located.
Oh god. Above us.
Yeah, way above us. Alright,
I'm healing.
don't worry about that guy. Oh yeah, our bounty's just taken off. They're scared. Alright, let's go load out and towards circle because
Okay.
they're running from us the opposite direction.
I didn't try to holster my guns. You tried to holster your guns.
What game we playing?
I'm making as much noise as I humanly possibly can. I've never seen Monster Squad. This will be a common theme, though, as you're with us, Mikey. I hope you don't mind that I just called you Mikey, because that just is apparently natural that I just threw that out there. Sorry, dude. Yeah, Ryany. Okay. I don't watch a ton of movies, and so if there's a movie that I should have seen, I many times have not seen it. And this was especially prominent in, like, I haven't watched many mobster movies. You're getting shot at, it looks like?
Yep, from Firehouse. Oh, he stunned me. I'm screwed.
Moving here.
Gas is moving.
I'm gonna die, clown. This is a dumb choice.
Gotta get to the safe zone.
Going over here.
An enemy team is hunting you. Stay alert.
You look like you're
I-
trying to pursue him.
I avenged myself.
You were so mad.
Enemy
Jim.
cluster strike
Oh,
incoming.
I'm getting
Take
inside.
cover.
There's a truck coming. They got out of the truck. They're coming in this firehouse.
Okay, the cluster strike got me.
That sucks.
I was well inside that cluster strike. Should not have gotten me.
Okay, I just need this in the car. Yep.
Got a vehicle. Anybody need this?
Whee! So what's Monster Squad about? You gotta be kidding me.
There's a plate to the room
Get
to your
the
left.
target area.
I'm moving.
Do you have any idea what monster? Oh, oh god, he's right there. I shot him enough in the nards. I shot him in the Wolfman's nards a couple of times there. So, yikes. All right. It's a bunch of kids that find an amulet, have to battle Dracula, Wolfman, and a host of other monsters to save the world. In the process, we discover that Wolfman has nards. I'm assuming that must be a line in the movie. Man, okay, this sounds like a very, very specific type of movie that I gotta watch here. All right, I'll take your recommendation, Mike-O. Mike, don't call me Mikey O. I don't know if that is Mikey acceptable. You owned that wall. I remember what wall I was on. All right, let's see. 6:51 West Coast time, 9:51 on the East. Thanks for being with us. Gaming Morning Show. Sean's tired. He had to drive back a Jeep and stress every single piece of stressing that he could possibly have come out of his body. He stressed a lot. I just remember we got to your house. He just got like, that was the most stressful drive of my life. It did not go well. Mikey is not okay. Okay, fair enough. Sorry. All right, let's do celebrity birthdays. If you have a birthday to pass along, please let us know in the chat. We would love to celebrate with you. Let's see. Actor Viggo Mortensen turns 62 years old today. Viggo has been nominated for 3 Oscars during his career. Snoop Dogg is only 49 years old.
If you asked me, hey, how old's Snoop Dogg? 49 would not be my answer.
Snoop Dogg's like the ever living man. I mean, that guy. I swore he was 49 when I was in high school. That's awesome. Let's see who else. John Krasinski is 41 today. Did you watch The Office?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I didn't
did.
watch it much.
I do enjoy it. I enjoy John Krasinski.
Have you seen The Quiet Place?
No, I really want to. My wife has seen that movie. She also hates scary movies, and she saw that movie and said it was really good. And so if she enjoyed it, then it's got to be good.
Yeah, see, Maiko, and that's another thing. I don't like being scared. Okay, and I actually really want to see A Quiet Place, and because like the premise is interesting to me. It reminds me a little bit of the premise of Bird Box, which I read the book for Bird Box because I couldn't stand the idea of watching Bird Box, and after reading the book for Bird Box, I'm not going to watch the movie for Bird Box, but I'm going to continue to say Bird Box because Bird Box is fun to say. I don't think I want to watch A Quiet Place, nor A Quiet Place 2. So, what they should have, is that one of those creative sequel names? They should have come up with like A Quiet Place also.
A quieter place.
That's better. Yeah, you can sell it. Anyway, John's 41 today. In the process, we discover the Wolfman. I'm still stuck on the Nards part. I'm not gonna lie. Jennifer Freeman turns 35 today. Now, one of her first television show appearances was on Seventh Heaven. Let's see, other notable birthdays today. Scott Hall, Razor Ramon, the pro wrestler, turns 62 today. Scott Hall was in a very specific and famous storyline with the New World Order, so I remember Scott Hall and Kevin Nash, formerly Diesel. I can go down these like pretty heavy rabbit holes of old wrestling stuff if I want to. Mickey Mantle had a birthday today. Connie Chung, the news anchor, 75. And Tom Petty had a birthday on October 20th as well.
And Kamala Harris.
Mm-hmm. Actor Katie Featherston is 38 today. Cage the Elephant's Daniel Tichenor is 41 today. From country group Little Big Town, Jimmy Westbrook turns 49. Sonny Hostin from TV's The View is 52. And then today also Enola Pettigan McMillan, who was the first president of the NAACP, also had a birthday on October 20th. I got this day in gaming history. NWO for life. See, Maiko knows. If you know, you know. And Maiko knows. So, let's see. This day in gaming history, Sega released the Sega Mark III video game for the system in Japan. And in 1992, the U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals decided to dismiss the appeal by Sega to review the August 28th ruling in favor of Accolade. I have no clue what that was about. Do you remember any lawsuits?
No.
I have to Google some 1992. Let's see. Rockstar Games released Midnight Club Los Angeles. That was for PS3 and Xbox 360. 2K Games releases the Borderlands video game. That was in 2009. Borderlands was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah. I've never played them, but people that are fans of that series are big fans of that series.
Yeah, I remember when Apex came out, there were a lot of people who were kind of criticizing Apex because a lot of some of their character development looked a lot like Borderlands. But also I think Apex is based on the Titanfall universe as well. 2009, EA releases FIFA 10, which, you know, I tried to avoid having those in there, but we were up late, and we had a long day yesterday, and so I didn't delete that one, so I'm sorry. Okay, get off my back about it, all right? Best Halloween movie, do you like to be scared? Maybe that's what we could do for Halloween. We could watch A Quiet Place.
Let's do it.
That sounds great. I already shivered. What's your best trick-or-treating story? You didn't give me a trick-or-treating story. Do you have either of those two?
When I was in middle school, my best friend and I decided that we were going to let my sister dress us up like girls, and we went trick-or-treating as girls, which was fun and shenanigans, and, you know, we're middle school age kids, so we were, you know, walking around in high heels trying not to kill ourselves and like full makeup.
Show them what we do.
We also had in my house 2 death costumes, which were essentially giant robes with like the face we could see out of, but you couldn't see in, so you're just walking around looking like death. And so we trick-or-treat the whole neighborhood as girls, and we get back and we're like, hey, we got these death costumes. We threw them on and started going back around again to double up on candy. Well, we got like 2 houses down, and my friend twists and sprains his ankle in some guy's yard, and that was the end of our night.
It was a good run while it lasted. Nice work.
Thank you.
Tears them down.
I
Go.
did.
Yeah, apparently my sister has also, because you and I both have older sisters, and my sister's decided that her greatest contribution to my life is having scanned every old photo from every family photo album where she did dress me up as something. It wasn't always necessarily dress me up as a girl, which she definitely did. But like I have had pictures of me as a cowboy and pictures of me as a football player, and she just puts those out every single one of my birthdays. So this is my life now. I think I hear him below.
Oh yeah, he's in our spawn.
Nice work. Celebratory
Hunt him
smoke.
down.
Keep fighting.
Yeah, NWO. That was like the heyday of wrestling. That came back. 01.
Show them what we do.
I mean, I'm gonna say heyday, and I'm sure there's somebody who's older than me who's like, no, wrestling was wrestling when it was, you know, Ultimate Warrior and Undertaker and Macho Man. He's on the back stairs, back right. Yep. He moved. He was just waiting.
If you can stand, you can fight. Get ready.
I think next hour I'm gonna watch this trailer for Monster Squad. I'm not convinced yet.
He got me from across the way.
Yours the last.
Nice shots.
We're not done yet. Make it happen.
Yeah, no, I don't got links active, Michael, but I'm gonna. Yeah, I'll look up the trailer and the Wolfman's got Nards scene. Are you sure you weren't watching, like, you know, Pornhub?
He's on my stairs. He has 38.
Oh, he's right
He
here.
left.
Maintain pressure. Next round, we crush them.
I just climb up. I'm like, wait, he's right there.
Nice work.
Okay, so that seems to be their play. Is if they get in trouble, they go into the corner.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's where's he?
2 wins down. Keep up
On
the
the
pressure.
stairs.
Okay. So I got an assist because I stunned him. No
Nice.
one puts baby in a corner. That's true.
Match
I
point.
put myself in a
Take this, we
corner.
take it all.
Oh, they're both on this left side and they're spawn. One's up there. He came back down.
Good calls.
You did it.
Mission accomplished.
That was a
Regroup.
180
Return
you
to base.
just did. I saw you.
I was trying to find you.
All right. Game on. Game on. All right. Well, that was a fun first hour. I'm happy you're awake. I'm more happy you're alive.
Likewise.
It felt dicey. I should have filmed you as you got out of the car yesterday. But you were so calm and collected when we got the air in the tires. If you missed this the first hour, I'll recap the story about the Jeep in the next hour. But he gets out of the car and he looks calm. He looks collected. And he just, this is when we're getting the air in the tires. He's like, no, I think we'll be all right. I think we'll be all right. So the whole time you're driving down the gorge, I'm sitting here thinking like, he's going to be fine. He's going to be fine. And then you get out of that car and you look like you were exhausted. So, thanks, Mikey. Damn it! I did it again. Why am I calling him Mikey?
You added both too. It was Mikey O this time.
Oh my gosh, I gotta stop. If I say it, you gotta like start having a count meter in my chat, Mike, and be like, "That's 2, that's 3." Everybody gets 1. Tell him, Peter.
If he gets to 5 Mikeys, you actually get a free T-shirt.
He's so mad. Yeah, that's right. We'll send him a celebratory grenade T-shirt. You have a great rest of your Tuesday. We're gonna miss you.
Yeah, I don't want to go to work.
Well, don't go to work then. Just call in sick.
Like extra don't want to go to work today.
I'm so happy we got to do what we did yesterday. That was just such a blast. At least I have a Coke Energy in the fridge, so.
And it's done, and we don't have to drive up there anymore.
That's true. True. All right, you have a great rest of your day, man.
See you later.
That is Sean. I am Ryan. We have more of the Gaming Morning Show coming up, Facebook, YouTube, and you can find us on Twitch as well. GamingMorningshow.tv is our website. You can find us simply by typing in gms.watch as well. Coming up this hour, we will talk about best Halloween movies of all time. Also, going to move sports to the 7 o'clock hour, and then we'll have Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming Renews in the 8 o'clock hour. If you missed it, we had our name of the morning. I will share more about that. A lot of good things still to come. But right now it's time to get some more coffee. We'll come back after our coffee break. 7:04 West Coast time, 10:04 on the East. Gaming Morning Show continues in just a moment on Tuesday, October 20th, 2020. Thanks for being with us.
Scared of the
Morning Gamer, it is Tuesday, October 20th, 2020. Thanks for hanging out with us. Gaming Morning Show continues on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and at gamingmorningshow.tv. I am Ryan. Coming up this hour, we have top 10 best Halloween movies for non-horror fans. That's right. Me, who doesn't like to be scared. We're just going to do non-horror movies, because yikes. We also got sports coming up this hour as well. All right, as promised, to Mike O, I'm going to type in Monster Squad trailer. Is this going to be one of those like classic? Yeah, it's from 1987, huh? It's I have a feeling it's going to be one of those like classic, 80s trailers where it's like always the voiceover.
Monsters are not real. You guys missed it! Reset my life! Yeah, what the hell's Monsters for? It's us! We're the monsters!
So this is the other thing about 80s movie trailers, right? They were so long. And this runtime is 2 minutes and 28 seconds.
What about the amulet?
At the stroke of midnight, the amulet becomes vulnerable, and at that moment it can be shattered.
At least you had an original one, right? Like if you had looked at me and said, "Hey, you have to see Halloween. You have to see." I think technically like Nightmare on Elm Street's not like a Halloween movie, right? That's just a horror film. But you could have came at me with the number one on most Halloween movie lists, but you came to me with Monster Squad, and I appreciate that.
I think there's monsters. Like real ones. He was a werewolf. Mummy disappeared from the museum today.
All right, this trailer is horrible though. It's just so many drawn out cinematic things.
Guys, Dracula might be here too.
Werewolf has made his appearance. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. That was actually a cool little effect with the Dracula here. Not bad 80s movie.
See you later, Band-Aid breath. My name
Eating the German.
with Monster Squad.
You know, also, like, that serpenty looking dude. I mean, I was going to say Aquaman, which clearly that's not Aquaman. I'm so bad with superheroes, too. Serpent Man? What is that guy? Like, I get Dracula, I get Wolfman, but who's the, like, the sea dragon dude looks exactly like someone you'd find in Scooby-Doo. He's gonna rip his mask off and be like, "Oh, it was Old Man Withers." I don't know who that guy was. Alright, I gotta check out the Nard scene. Wolfman has. Okay, I typed in creature from the Black Lagoon. Okay, fair. So I had to type in. Oh, I typed in Wolfman H. I got Wolfman has nards. So clearly this is a well-known bit. Here we go. This is another 2 minutes. Wait, do they pair up with Frankenstein's monster? It looks like they're opening this door and he's behind them.
Well, no amulet. Let's go. Look, we got two consolations. Number one, Frankenstein's on our side. And number two, my dad's a cop. Anybody who fools around with us, he kicks their ass.
That's how that works.
Hey, Frankie, come on.
Okay, what is the line? And I wish Hofbrew was in here too, because Hofbrew is very good at having like these rules. What is the line of demarcation for spoilers, right? Like we're watching a trailer and a 2-minute scene from a movie from 1987. I was in my single digits in age. Like, at some point, you can't sit here and be like, no spoilers, because clearly, I mean, I'm the only one who's probably never seen this movie. Dracula apparently uses explosives. Does Dracula prefer hitting or pitching when Dracula plays baseball? He prefers hitting. After all, he likes bats.
Oh, wake up! That can use your eyes. Does it look like you can help him? But what do we do, Sean? The monster! Don't call him a monster. But what if he's dead? Then he died to help us. Now look, I'm the leader of this squad. So listen up. You said Dracula knows we're here. So let's just try to find the amulet. And get the hell out of here. Kick him in the nose! Kick him in the nose! He doesn't have nose! Do it! Do it! Wolfman's got nards! Come on!
Okay. Okay. All right. Fair. Fair. That was funny. That was funny. We settled the debate whether or not Wolfman has nards. And Wolfman, in fact, has nards. All right, Maiko. I will give you a 7 out of 10. Would look into further. That was a very 80s trailer. There was so much breathing room in old trailers. Like, watch the trailer for, like, Short Circuit. That was a good movie. Really long trailer. And it was from that same movie house, whichever one had the horse, you know. What was the name of those things? We had to make them in school. Signature Shot had the horse. Dun, 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 dun. Like, TriStar, I think, is what the horse thing was. This is the symbol for a horse, even though it was a Pegasus, and I'm calling it a horse. Masterpiece. In fact, that was some of the best Halloween movies I've ever seen. And movie content that I've ever seen. It's not a bad recommendation. I'm on board. It's outside the norm. And that's one thing that I certainly appreciate. What do we got? 7:20 West Coast time. 10:20 on the East. We're going to play one round of Kill Confirmed here. And then I got 10 best Halloween movies for non-horror fans. So stick around for that. Sports coming up this hour as well. The pitchers are set for World Series Game 1, which, if I think about it, World Series Game 1 is tonight, right? Yeah, Joe Buck has got quite the schedule ahead of him from Fox. He has
No prisoners. Shoot to
he
kill.
had the Bills Chiefs yesterday in that like rescheduled Thursday game, and then now he has
Kill
the
confirmed.
World Series Game 1 and 2. And then, let's see, that's going to take us to Thursday, right? So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then he has an NFL game on Thursday.
Kill confirmed.
I feel like I must have double time on. I feel like I'm going really fast. I don't know why I'm going over here necessarily. Oh, it's because that guy. I wanted to get that sniper.
Control.
I should have known. Yeah, and then on Friday is game 3 of the World Series, game 4 on Saturday, and then I think he's calling a Sunday NFL game, Monday game of the World Series, Tuesday game of the World Series, Wednesday would be game 7 if necessary, and then he has another World Series game. Or another NFL game. I think he then has the next Sunday. Or I think one day he has a break in there. Like he has a 1-day break over the course of however many. Okay, that's not a door. It's not a bad run. Oof, nice shots. So yeah, I'm gonna go Rays or Dodgers. I'm absolutely fine with either. Which if you had asked me a couple years ago when the Dodgers had first made the World Series, because they've been in it 3 of the last 4.
Kill confirmed.
I would have said, no, I want that weapon. I'm gonna die. I knew someone was watching me. The high alert was going crazy. I couldn't figure out from where. So I'm fine with either. A couple years ago, when the Dodgers first made it, I would have been like, nah, I don't want the Dodgers to win. But honestly, they've been in it 3 of the last 4 years. They haven't won a championship since 1988. Like,
Kill confirmed.
it's fine. It's going to be okay. Oh, sniper.
Personal radar overhead.
Dude, the Braves, like, yeah, apparently that was a pretty big choke job because they had a 2-0 lead and a 3 games to 1 lead. Did you guys notice, like, ever since the Cavs came back and overcame that 3-1 deficit with the Warriors, how that number has been coming up so much? Yeah, I couldn't do anything. I didn't have enough range of a weapon.
Enemy at the office.
And so, yeah, here we go. Braves, Dodgers, which it's not as rare in baseball as it is in the NBA, because I think that Warriors Cavs series was like one of the first blown 3-1 leads of all time, right?
Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed.
That scared me. As you guys can tell, I get scared easily.
Kill confirmed.
Got one.
Kill confirmed. Enemy at the office.
List of
Command
the
is
day.
ours.
Whoops.
Maintain pressure.
I had my Skype picture up in my screen. Oh, there was... Holy cow, there was an armada in there. What's going on there?
Losing control.
So yeah, I felt badly for the Braves because, again, I mean, the Braves hadn't been in the World Series since, like, 99. It's been a long time for them, too. And back when I was a kid, you know, the Braves were in the World Series every 4 seconds. So...
Kill confirmed.
Oh, boo. I mean, the Braves, what, they've won, what was like 13 straight division titles or something stupid. And then it was a lot easier in the 90s to make the World Series because you only had to win the NLCS. When did the wild card come up? Wild card was probably like 98, something like that. I wonder if the Braves had something to do with that. I should look up the history of the Major League Baseball wild cards because it makes me wonder if people were sick of the Braves always making it. Okay, that outpost little building in this map is probably the worst
Allied UAV overhead.
part of this map because you can just sit there and get picked off constantly by a sniper. Yeah, right here. That was my attempt to get that guy crawling through the window who was already dead. And so I could change. I don't have... Didn't like that monitor. I don't have the right weapons. And I didn't have a strategy. I'm not even trying to accomplish any challenges per se. Just a little bit low. Let's change just because now I'm getting annoyed.
They've reached the halfway point. Get moving. Allied precision airstrike incoming. Be aware.
I just saw him as I was trying to jump through that window. Oh, you're a Mets fan. See, the Mets have had so many opportunities too. I mean, before the Phillies finally won their championship, which, you know, that's a whole different deal because the Phillies, you know.
Setting a charge.
EOD. He was on top of the C4. Disagree. Circle gets the square. Before the Phillies finally won theirs, like the NL East had some futility, man, because the Mets haven't won theirs. The Braves only won that one during that dominant stretch. I mean, that was the story of, you know, Bobby Cox's Braves was they only won one championship with all of those appearances. Oh, I should have won. Who else is that? Marlins. Oh, and then you got the Marlins, who, you know, kind of show up and are like, hey, this playoff thing is kind of cool every once in a while. It's kind of that thing where it's like, I don't always make the playoffs, but when I do, I win the World Series.
Kill confirmed.
Which I didn't realize until this year's playoffs, that the Marlins had never lost a playoff series. They also hadn't been in too many playoff series, right? So yeah, who am I missing in that division? Then we got Mets, Phillies, Braves, Marlins, Nationals, and then there's the Nationals who finally just won that one. So kind of your patriarchs of the NL East are the ones who have, you know, really struggled the most.
1 minute remaining. Almost out of time. Kill confirmed.
Setting a charge. That's one down.
Kill confirmed.
How do you stay a Mets fan?
We have control. Crush them. 30 seconds. We are
I mean,
out
and
of
I don't
time.
have anything against the Mets. I think my father
The enemy has the lead.
taught me some of his apathy when it came to baseball because I've never had a baseball team.
Command is ours. Maintain pressure.
Oh, how did I miss that? I'm the worst sniper ever. Oh, and after all that, we get a draw. That's fun.
Stand down. No one
So he never really had a team, and so I didn't grow up much with an allegiance when it came to baseball. And so back in like '05 or so, I traded my care and love of the Flames to my friend Joey, who is a Cubs fan. And so I just became a Cubs supporter, which, you know, I got lucky. In '16, they finally won a World Series. So, yeah, I mean, I feel bad saying that to someone who, it sounds like, you know, if you've been to the series, right, like, you must care deeply about baseball, which I will admit, and I've said this on the show, and my friend Ben, who sometimes can be on the show on Fridays, like, he's one of the world's best baseball fans. Being a baseball fan is tough because you have to be committed to so many games to watch over the course of a season. And that's a lot of mood swings too. I mean, it's tough enough doing 16 NFL games and having my mood affected by those. We'll talk more about sports in just a little bit. 7:50 this morning, we will have our sports headlines as 2 NFL games last night. Our topic of the day, best Halloween movie. Let us know in the chat. 7:31 West Coast, 10:31 on the East. Gaming Morning Show continues on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and at gamingmorningshow.tv. Next hour is the GMS Gaming Hour, too. So I will probably play some Apex, is what I'm guessing. Let's go with this list of top 10 best Halloween movies for non-horror fans. Now, Maiko has been with us most of the morning in the chat. He said Monsters. Is it Monsters Squad or is it Monster Squad? I'm just guessing Monster Squad, right? Yep. Monster Squad. Oh, you're also an Eagles fan. We'll talk more about that. Yeah, so Monster Squad was one recommendation from him. I'm not a guy who likes to be scared. Being scared sucks, in my opinion. So, here's what I got for you. I got top 10 best Halloween movies for non-horror fans. This comes from entertainmentearth.com, and I don't see a date on here. So I always try to give those updates in case something's come up since this movie list has been built. The author also unnamed, but basically talking about things like, you know, sure, spooky movies are cool, but that's about where I draw the line. He did list, quote, scary movies or spooky movies, and then he listed Tim Burton's Sleepy Hollow. I've watched Sleepy Hollow. A lot of that had to do with Christina Ricci, because big fan. And so I watched that movie. I actually really liked that movie, and I didn't find it scary at all. So that's interesting. Maybe I'm... But, you know, I use scary and, like, gore synonymously. Like, gory movies are not my jam. So that might be. On this list, though, number 10 is Scream from 1996. And, again, that movie wasn't, like, terrifyingly scary. It almost had some... It almost felt like it had some satire in it, in a way. Like, it was almost... Especially because it was directed by Wes Craven. It felt like, to me, it was almost satirical of some of Wes Craven's more scary movies. But I made the list at number 10. I did like Scream, and I saw it, and I wasn't terrified of that movie. There were some jump scares, and that's the other thing. I use gore and jump scares kind of synonymously, too. The Addams Family, 1991. That was pretty good. A pretty good remake of The Addams Family. I agree. Number 8, Hellboy in 2004. I did watch Hellboy. Didn't like it. This one I like. 7 is Coraline in 2009, and Coraline was that movie that came out, and you looked at it, you're like, oh, this would be fun to take the kids to, and then you actually watch it, and you're like, don't take the kids to this movie. At the end of this paragraph, the film is creepy and one of a kind, the type of film to make shivers run down your spine, yet still be a children's movie. It walks the line effortlessly, and that's absolutely true. Oh, you grew up playing baseball. I didn't know that. Number 6, this is a good one, too. It's The Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, from 1966. This is like family movie, get together. Charlie Brown, the Christmas one's fine, but The Great Pumpkin's like one of the best ones ever. Number 5 is Beetlejuice. I also didn't find Beetlejuice scary, except for the end with the snake thing. That was a little... Blech. Beetlejuice, 1988. Michael Keaton was great. Number 4, Shaun of the Dead. That one is not super scary either. It is kind of amusingly funny. Number 3, Rear Window. I haven't heard of this one. Oh, it's a 1954 film from Alfred Hitchcock. Okay. Master of Suspense. This author has fondness for the understated but masterfully crafted Rear Window with Jimmy Stewart and Grace Kelly. It's not full of loud jump scares, but the building tension is sure to put you on edge. 1993, Hocus Pocus. This one is a good movie. I actually didn't realize how much of a cult following Hocus Pocus has built. I watched Hocus Pocus casually, meaning like it was like, oh, it's on TV. This is cool. This was a good movie. I remember this movie, right? But I don't remember it having like this huge following. And maybe that is, as us millennials have aged, maybe that's why it's become such a big deal. But they're having a reunion, which is kind of part of the reason we picked our topic today. October 30th, there is a sneak peek of the Hocus Pocus reunion. And let me put it in the chat. There you go. That was from Twitter, I think. No, Monster Squad did not make the list because Hocus Pocus is number 2. Number 1, Young Frankenstein from 1974. Oh, this is the Mel Brooks one. Which most Mel Brooks things I found pretty entertaining. My favorite Mel Brooks is Men in Tights, for sure. So, yeah. I wonder what you think of Men in Tights. I wonder if I'm alone in thinking that that was a really good one. So let me know. Closing that, closing that, closing that. Those are your top 10 movies for Halloween if you do not like scary films. So, if you're not a big fan of scary, there you go. We got sports coming up, and next hour we'll do our Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming Renews. We might play some Google Feud if those in the chat are up for it. Otherwise, it's the GMS Gaming Hour coming up next hour. I am Ryan, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and GamingMorningShow.tv. If you want to find us, you can also connect with us on Twitter. I am at WatchGMS. Sean is sports.gaming. I am Ryan and Hefty Goof on Twitter. Jiggly should have. What Jiggly was? I'm saying that wrong. Giggly? Wasn't you're talking about the Jennifer Love? No, Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck when they were actually Benifer, right? Men in Tights is a 10 of 10 for sure. I didn't know you were recruited for FSU. I used to work with Mike probably 10 years ago or so. Yeah, the Eagles thing. So I do have a good friend who is a Philadelphia everything other than the 76ers, although he's tried to jump on that toward the tail end of our time together. But he is by far Phillies, Eagles, Flyers. Like that's a thing for him. And when the Eagles beat the Patriots, I was so happy for them because, it's just so tough to go for so long and be so close. Think of just how close, the Eagles were with all those NFC Championship appearances with Andy Reid. And then you had the one chance at the Super Bowl with Donovan McNabb when they played the Patriots, and Deion Branch decided to have himself a day, right? Okay, that's unfortunate. I don't remember what's in my loadout sometimes, and I saw his thing right at the end. He was just waiting for me. Boo. Yeah, so when the Eagles won, I was fine with that. And I don't actually have a grudge with the Patriots. I think what the Patriots have built is amazing. It gets old from a fanhood perspective. Like if you just want to watch a different Super Bowl matchup each year, then yeah, it sucks because just killed myself because C4 sucks. So that's the only thing about the Patriots that Patriots fatigue is real because if they're in there every year, it gets really old. Okay, so I gotta throw that more down that alley. I haven't spent much time on this level. I like this level a lot, by the way. This is just multiplayer.
Setting a charge. Throwing a stun.
How do I lose that? He was stunned. But I haven't spent much time on that bridge, so I don't really know the best way to counteract that bridge yet. But I really like this level. I think it's like the nice combination of big and intimate. Did I kill a teammate in that whole thing? That hurt. Oh my gosh, how did I miss that?
Assist your team at B.
Well, yeah, I mean, and it's organizational, you know. Okay, there's a lot of Belichick, that's true. But you know, you get so this is what the Broncos had
We lost B.
for years was they had, you know, ownership support
Okay, I've set the drop point.
Losing Alpha.
and consistency
One dead
in
here.
coaching, right?
Attack those positions. We're full. Secure.
I did it again. I can't. I gotta get rid of C4 in this loadout. It's horrible. Oh, that's why I have. Well, I don't even want it for Warzone anymore. That's why I had it in there. Holy cow! Retrievable knife that is lethal in impact can be obtained from this.
Enemy at the warehouse.
Oh God.
We're taking Alpha.
Are we live? Did I get a playlist update? Belichick, though, yeah. I mean, so the Broncos had the same thing with Shanahan, and consistency in coaching. When you have consistency in coaching, and I'm still kind of surprised that things finally ended with Mike and Pat by like 08. Oh, sorry, you scared me.
Need backup at
Setting a
Alpha.
charge.
I'm
Securing
gonna
Bravo.
die, clown. Yep. There's just so many angles. But yeah, the Eagles winning that Super Bowl, they played so well. They had a good game plan. It kind of reminded me a little bit, actually, of the Broncos' first Super Bowl against the Packers, right? They shouldn't have won. They weren't supposed to win. They weren't favored to win. And they just had the right game plan, the right execution to beat the better team.
Throwing a stun. Throwing
Enemy
grenade.
UAV overhead.
I blew up a trophy or something.
Securing C.
Confirmed kill.
Couldn't see him. It's behind the plywood. Yeah, Thermite. I'm fine with Semtexes too, but they're both. Only problem I have with Thermites is they have like a wider.
Securing C.
Throwing stun grenade.
I hit a.
Son of a dog. Throwing grenade.
They have a wider like throw radius. So if I try to throw it through this doorway, I stick it to the roof too many times, and I kill myself. So. There's always another. So yeah, being the Eagles fans is tough. You know, the one thing weird about the NFC East is this year's not unusual. I mean, the way
Assist
that
your team at B.
the way things that are going. I got killed by a teammate, right? Yeah. With the Cowboys still being on top of the division despite last night's debacle, you know, and
Enemy at the warehouse. Losing Alpha.
having like 2 wins and winning the division. Like that seems to happen more often in the NFC East than any other division. And you know, I'm a Broncos fan, and the AFC West has been pretty competitive most years. I mean, when Denver ran its streak of consecutive division titles, kind of in that Manning stage, like, I mean, we would constantly go undefeated in the division. So maybe that's the weakest that division was during that stretch. But by and large, it's usually a little bit tougher. And the East doesn't always have, you know, 1, 2, 3 teams that are beating each other within the division. It's just they can't beat anyone else either. And that's kind of the case so far this year is, you know, the Eagles just lost despite their best effort against the Ravens. You know, that's a home game against Baltimore, and you had them within 2 points, even though you had a big deficit on the front end. Like, you have to be able to win those games, because Baltimore isn't great. You know, Kansas City is great. You know, if you had Kansas City at home and you fell behind that much, and you end up coming back to within 2 and having a chance to tie the game, I find that as more of a moral victory, is where you have to beat Baltimore at home, and to be a great team. You know, if you lose to Baltimore at home, that's an acceptable loss from the you know, we're all right. That kind of scope. So, but Mets is, well, I guess Mets is not unusual because Philly and New Jersey are so much closer than I would think always. I remember we went to the Phillies game at Citizens Bank. We watched the Phillies play the Cardinals as part of our like 7 ballparks in 8 days trip, and the taxi driver or Uber driver was taking us around. He's like, "Yeah, that's New Jersey over there." I'm like, "Oh, I didn't realize it was that close." So, hey, speaking of field goals, man, I know what you're thinking because the Broncos only kicked field goals on Sunday, but we got to win. So, you know, and I'll take any excuses for it. You know, we played Belichick with 1 practice. Pog.
We're on Alpha. Stand by.
So Mets, Eagles. Are we Flyers then?
Kill your enemy.
And
Securing
then
Bravo. Securing A.
Flyers and I would imagine Sixers, right? I don't know if you're into basketball much, but
We're holding Alpha. You're needed at Bravo.
this is such a bad place. I loved Randall Cunningham. He was so much fun to watch. That Kelly Green uniform set when he was the quarterback too. Like, they need to just go back to that full time. I like the new Eagle wing. So if they kept the, you know, 94 Eagles wing design, because they got rid of just having like the gray and it became, I think it's still grayish, right? But has like a white outline, or have that inverted. I think it's gray with like a white outline. Like, keep the prominent white outline, or maybe it's like a green wing. I'm checking my watch. Just give me a second, okay?
Gotta reload. Stunner out.
Oh, that's not exactly where I thought that was. Yeah, I'm gonna die because there's gonna be a guy holding this corner. Yep, there was 2. There was 2.
Enemy UAV overhead.
Yeah, I've been to I had been to Continental Airlines Arena. Well, actually, I assume that's where the Devils still play, right? The Devils probably still play in what at least at one point was the Continental Airlines Arena. I'd really like to have a I want to kill that person. That's the person who's making me mad now. I'm going to use my tactical insertion then. Yeah, I've been to that arena. I watched the Nets play a game back in like 01 or something like that. That was fine. I'd like to go to Brooklyn for sure.
Securing C.
I'm legitimately worried though. Like, I don't know when we're going to be able to watch sports live again.
Charlie
You know,
secure.
traveling. I mean, I realize people are going to games, and there are ways to do so more safely than not. But
Clear out. That point's stunner out. Throw a grenade.
Securing Bravo.
oh, he's there.
Grenade out. Stunner out. Payback.
We're taking Bravo. Enemy holds 2 objectives. Take
Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me.
Bravo secure. Cruise missile incoming.
Oh, I almost had him. Prudential Center. Yeah, that thing.
Assist your team at Bravo.
Oh my gosh, you guys didn't tell me. I hadn't switched the camera. This is the downside to having an audio-based show too. So if you're only listening, you won't see that. I'm so embarrassed.
Bravo.
But that's how I know too, like, what my face looks like when I'm...
Hostiles are taking Charlie. Enemy holds all objectives. Retake those points.
Gotta reload.
That's how I know what my face looks like when I'm playing.
Securing Alpha.
set.
Securing Charlie.
Grenade out! Stop!
Charlie secure.
Where'd he go?
Friendly
Can't remember what
shield
direction it
tank
was. That was a teammate?
deployed. Hostiles are taking Charlie.
Fail. That was bad. Yeah, so I'm like legitimately worried how long it's gonna be before
Team alive.
before we can go back to
We've lost Alpha.
before we can actually go back to games
Friendly sentry gun online.
easily.
Bravo secure.
So like the worst part is my daughter, I had told her for years because I had gone to my first Broncos game when I was 10, and I think 10 is a good age because I know more about the sport. You can kind of tell if people are more invested or not.
Changing mags. Changing mags. Almost out.
Yeah, thanks, Hofbrew. That was a lot of FaceTime there. That's not what I thought it was. I'm gonna kill myself. Thanks. And now I don't know if we're gonna be able to go
Assist your team at Bravo.
to our first Broncos game when she turns 10.
Throw a grenade. Stop.
I don't even know when I'm gonna go to my next Broncos game.
Reload.
Losing C.
So yeah, I'm a little worried about that.
Securing Alpha. Enemy at the
Ball game.
It's over.
I can't believe I had my face camera up the whole time. All right, I got 7:53 West Coast time, 10:53 on the East. I am Ryan. Thanks for being with us on Gaming Morning Show, Monday through Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. Pacific time. Thanks for hanging out with us, Hofbrew. I would love to know your favorite Halloween movie or one of your top Halloween movies, because I realize we don't do favorites all the time. Let's give you some information about sports. Starting pitchers set for Game 1 World Series. I believe it's tonight, right? I'm not making that up. Dodgers, Rays, Tyler Glasnow. I'll get the Game 1 start for Tampa Bay. And Clayton Kershaw for the Dodgers. We'll see if they can win their first series since like 88. Rays have Blake Snell, the 18 Cy Young winner, available for Game 2. Dave Roberts could go with one of his rookies, Dustin May or Tony Gonsolin. Listen, I haven't watched any baseball this year, and I haven't watched a ton of baseball in the last couple years, and here's why. It's found Twitch. I watch more Twitch now in the summertime when I used to watch baseball and have baseball games on, which I think is kind of telling about, how good Twitch can be. Let's see. Game 4 could be another option for using a multiple pitching, plan for Dave Roberts and the Dodgers. Belgium, Netherlands, and Germany have launched a joint bid. They're going to try to host the 2027 Women's Soccer World Cup under the slogan, quote, 3 nations, 1 goal. 3 federations on Monday said they will detail their plan in an official document at the end of the year. No deadline yet from FIFA for bids for that World Cup. Major League Soccer on Monday are working on a new plan. They announced a series of initiatives to combat racism, advocate for social justice, and increase diversity in the sport. There'll be several programs over several months. MLS says that the programs came after several months of discussion, I should say. So I said that first part wrong. They had a recent meeting between MLS Board and Black Players for Change, an independent organization of more than 170 MLS players, coaches, and staff aimed at confronting racial inequality. That's awesome. Phil Mickelson teaming up with Charles Barkley, Steph Curry will play with Peyton Manning as they will have an exhibition golf match next month. This is also going to be a diversity, equality, and inclusion highlighted match. It's, quote, the match Champions for Change will take place November 27th at Stone Canyon Golf Club in Arizona. And there's your sports for Tuesday, October 20th, 2020. Yesterday, whew, Cowboys had a tough time. Arizona crushes Dallas in Arlington. That was the kind of crazy part, was it was a home game. Andy Dalton did not look good. What was it? Final score 38-16, something like that. And then the Chiefs, that's 38-10. And then the Chiefs held off the Bills in Buffalo 26-17. It did look like, that was a high squeak. Did you hear that? Squeaky McSqueakerton. It did look like I'm going to actually get out of this game. I don't want to play this game. It did look like the Bills might have a shot late, and then a fumble that happened with the new running back from LSU. Something Allaire. Roberts Allaire? Richards Allaire? Something like that. I can look. I have a phone literally right in front of me. Edwards Allaire. He had that fumble, but he was down. And that kind of changed things. The Bills got to within 23-17 and could not close the gap any further. I'm going to come back with the GMS Gaming Hour. I'm going to play some Apex, so I'll get sucked in a little bit more there. But invite you to ask questions and tag along and chat. We can play some Google Feud or something community-based if you would like to. You just have to let me know in the chat. We'll also have our Gaming Morning Show Morning Gaming Renews, as we'll give you back our name of the morning, some of the headlines that are out there in terms of key things happening on this Tuesday. So, yeah, it was fun talking sports with you, Maiko. Thanks for the recommendation on Monster Squad. We watched that trailer earlier in the hour as well. It's 7:58 West Coast time and 10:58 on the East. I am Ryan. Gaming Morning Show continues in a moment. Thanks for being with us.
Fire in your bloodshot eyes. Bloodshot. Bloodshot. Fire in your bloodshot eyes. I, where you going back tonight? I saw a fire in your bloodshot eyes. I, where you going back tonight? I saw a fire in your bloodshot eyes. Bloodshot. I know where you're going.
Morning Gamer Gaming Morning Show continues. I am back. October 20th, 2020. It is Tuesday. Man, tired. Real tired. Sean, who was here in the first hour, had to jet. We'll be with you until 9 o'clock Pacific time. I had to go out to where our in-laws used to live with him yesterday and get like the final load of stuff from his house, the in-laws house, and that included driving this Jeep, this like 1998 Jeep Cherokee, back from Eastern Washington to Western Oregon. It's about a 4-hour drive, which honestly I don't really hate 4-hour drives. Long drives have never really bothered me. Growing up in Montana, you drive a lot of places because I mean everything's so spread out, especially to get to like population centers. And so the long drive is not the problem. It's just that he had to drive back this really rough Jeep. The Jeep had seen better days. It hadn't been driven a lot in the last 2 or 3 years because my father-in-law no longer needed the car. But they hadn't been able to get rid of the car either for lots of reasons. So we had to take this Jeep back with us. And we had front wheel dollied it at one point. Flies back. Good to see you, buddy. We had front wheel dollied it in an attempt to try to tow it when we brought the last truckload of stuff back from where they live. And apparently you can't do that with an all-time 4-wheel drive. According to what we were able to figure out after the fact. I mean, we read what you're supposed to do in order to tow a 4-wheel drive Jeep. But that was not the instructions for an always-on 4-wheel drive Jeep. And that's the case with this particular one. And so Sean described it as the most stressful drive he's ever made because he was not sure he was actually going to make it home. And we are not car guys either. That didn't help. Like, we don't know much about cars at all. I mean, I can change the oil in a car, and there you go. That's what I got. So we pulled resources, people we know who might know something about cars. They were uncertain. It didn't seem like it was having too many problems when we were driving it straight. I don't know. He's brave and stupid probably for getting in that car, but he did it, and he's alive, and I'm happy about that. So good job, Sean. I kind of feel like that light needs to be moved. I think that's going to be better because I got too much. You can still see my shadow quite a bit. Shouldn't have that much shadow back there. Anyway, we got back and we're okay. And that's what matters. But it was super stressful and so pretty tired. It was like a 10-hour go there, load up, get some food, come back kind of day. So I didn't sleep great, but slept fine. Not a lot of complaint. Just it was a long Monday. Coming up this hour, we will play some community games if everyone is so inclined. Just let us know in the chat if you want to play Google Feud. We'll work on that. Otherwise, it is the GMS Gaming Hour. Put in the chat. GMS Gaming Hour. Basically, this whole show is focused around being a morning radio show that play games. The games is not the the primary thing, but also on the days that I don't have an interview in the 8 o'clock hour, which we try to get every around 8:20 every day. We try to have an interview. We have a lot of work still to do on booking guests. It's hard when you're a new show, for sure. I've been mentioning this to the people that I've been reaching out to too. Is I've been doing radio 20 plus years, and a lot of times getting guests on is about providing an audience, and it takes time to build an audience. And so, I completely understand those who don't get back to us. But we're working on it, and we had one that I missed. I feel so bad. Someone had emailed me last week around Wednesday, and I missed it. And so then I was checking email yesterday, and I was like, oh my gosh, because I would have loved to have had this guest on yesterday, because they had said they would be interested in coming on. So I'm going to follow up with them again today and just reiterate how badly I feel that I missed their email. But with the gaming hour, we focus primarily on playing some games that might take a little bit longer than our normal segments, but I can always pause too. Well, I guess in this case I'm playing Apex, so I can't pause. but I can die and come back and play some community games. So if you are super interested in playing community stuff, let me know. All right. I lied. That was not better. And it also kind of washed out the chat. So I looked at the light. Chiefs beat the Bills last night. Cardinals over the Cowboys. It was kind of a big win too. Like a big ol' beatdown. I need to change titles. I'm doing that now. We are talking about a couple of things. Jeff Bridges has lymphoma. So best thoughts over to Jeff, and hopefully a speedy recovery for him. Oh, it didn't keep our game in the Facebook side of things. That's weird. Let's see, what else do I got for you? Hocus Pocus is celebrating its reunion special coming up, and that's why we have this topic that we do. Best Halloween movie ever made. I'll put that in the chat as well. If you ever want to know the topic of the day, just do hashtag or exclamation point topic. But Hocus Pocus reunion is October 30th, and so they just had kind of a first look at the Hocus Pocus reunion. I will share that in the chat. There you go. What else we got? Once Upon a Snowman. I didn't see this. This is a new trailer that's out. This is according to Ho-Tran Boo. Or Ho-Tran Boy. I should check that pronunciation from Slash Film. Apparently everyone's summer-loving snowman is coming back. So there's a trailer out. It's Once Upon a Snowman. It's a trailer for Frozen. It's a prequel coming to Disney Plus this month. It'll help you figure out Olaf's unlikely beginnings. Which, I mean, if you've seen the first Frozen film, there was a part of him that showed up because... Oh, I'm going to have a fight. Oh no, I missed! That's unfortunate. Now I'm screwed. I guess I got a weapon. So my team's up there. This guy should be to my left. This is helpful. That's helpful. And this is helpful. Did I have my jump drive back yet? I'm a little worried about over there. I gotta turn on my volume a little louder on this game. Okay, they're in a fight. I gotta get up there and help them.
Guess the champion couldn't keep up. Opening shot. Come see the merchandise.
Better weapon, better weapon, better weapon, better weapon.
Buy and fly, we've got to move.
Oh, I should have kept that. I have it on the ground there.
Target over there. Throwing thermite grenade.
Enemy there. Throwing jump drive.
That's the last of that squad. This dimension's looking up. Reloading.
I played this a lot the other day. I'll take that. That definitely is a lot of noise. What do I got that I don't need?
Extended heavy mag. Extended energy mag here. Level 1. 1 minute until the ring closes. Still got time to loot. Anyone up for some shopping.
Oh,
45 seconds until the ring closes. We've got a hike, and I'm in pumps, so let's go.
I want that for sure.
My favorite kind of food. The kind that's all mine.
Anything I don't need? Alright.
Remember who hooked you up? I've got your back. Thanks. Shotgun bolt here. Level 1.
Anything I don't need? Yeah, no, I better hold on that.
I need a standard stock. Zeebs. Thanks, beautiful.
Yeah, I said for my favorite Halloween movie, like anything not scary. I had a list too. I think there was a one on that list. Now I'm just blanking if I even actually liked it.
I need a standard stock.
Got all these flies, and I don't know why. My studio is driving me absolutely nuts.
Shops open, boys and girls.
Stock. Oh, that's awesome.
Extended energy mag here. Level 1.
Hmm.
Mama's got a brand new bag.
Extended light mag here. Level 2.
Getting shot at. Reloading. Making contact with enemy.
Taking a moment to heal.
Oh, there's our teammate.
Recharge my shield.
Lovely idea.
Reloading. Enemy taken out.
She's going nuts. She's nuts. We do have a bloodhound. I'd like someone to scan a whole bunch.
Standard stock here. Level 1.
Open up shop and shut him down.
Poggers. Nope.
Extended hop up here. Double tap trigger.
Target over there.
Forget that.
Jump drive activated.
Ulster out. Frag out. Hostile spotted.
Lovely idea.
Target over there. Hostile over there.
Reload.
Firing. I'm taking shots. Charging my shield.
Let's do some shopping.
Enemy taken out.
Don't mind if I do.
45 seconds. Ring's close.
This way, let's go. Forget it. Enemy that way. We've got
Down. Reloading.
Damn it, that hurt. I'm down.
Recharging my shield. 10 seconds to the ring.
Enemy right here.
I hit that guy right in the face too. Red shield. I just had no cover. Shit, check my bin. I had mobile respawn.
Let's go this way.
Yeah, he just hit me too many times beforehand. Unfortunate. This guy's good though. Oh, they use that beacon. Appreciate this guy's effort. And right below some bins. Hoggers.
Standard stop here. Level 2. Level 2.
I couldn't leave so many treasures behind.
Point placed.
What? Neither of those look like.
Barrel stabilizer here. Level 3.
That's the vault.
Peacekeeper here.
Thanks, beautiful.
Patching myself up.
Just need my stick because we're near that vault. I can get a purple shield.
Medkit here.
This could be helpful.
Wingman here.
And then we'll extended sniper mag here. Level 3.
I could use an extended energy
My heart was racing. Look at that, 2,400 damage. That is nuts. I just realized, I think I had my mic open the whole time talking about nonsensical things like see, disable voice chat on. Determines if incoming outgoing voice chat will be disabled. Okay. So I'm assuming they can't hear me, right? I don't know. I bet the whole time I'm talking about Halloween movies. Yeah, this is the thing that happens with me playing Apex is my heart kind of starts to get a little bit excited. I got 8:31 on the West Coast, 11:31 on the East. If you want to play a trivia question this morning, type trivia in the chat. I'd be happy to accommodate you. It's the GMS Gaming Hour. And so without interviews and other things that we usually like to have, just playing some games. It's more focus on gameplay while still focusing in on the good stuff. So let us know what you're up to today. We'd love to talk to you. We're asking about best Halloween movie. Yeah, because that About Us just kind of flashed on the screen. So the whole idea is this show is about doing a morning radio show. But right now we need probably one or two more hosts that I'm looking for to kind of stretch it out into being a full 3-hour show 5 days a week. We can't have Sean here every single day yet. Trying to add a variety of voices too. So if you know someone who's interested in kind of getting into the radio realm, maybe more of the broadcast realm, not necessarily just Twitch streaming, email us gamingmorningshow@gmail.com. I'd love to talk to some people about that. So yeah, GMS Gaming Hour is just a focus on gameplay, which is really not our norm, but it's fun. It's kind of more relaxing for sure, but I'm happy to talk as people go through. Monster Squad, I was introduced today by It's Mike O, which you can find him on Twitch, twitch.tv/It's Mike O. Or Look, It's Mike O, excuse me. Look, It's Mike O. So he was in here earlier and he talked about the Monster Squad movie. I got Xbox players today. Hey, can you hear me? At least we're back on Kings Canyon.
Let's go here.
How about this setup? I really wish this was... I must have missed that. We're getting shot, calm. No. My gosh. He left us. Well, I don't understand why my whole team left. That's trouble. That's what we were saying. I was playing with some friends,
I've got a minute
and
to
there's
think of something good before the ring closes.
and there's Sam Neill from Jurassic Park, and the one girl's like, he left us, and Sam Neill's character's like, that's not what I'm gonna do, and my friend Travis does that
I've got
so
45
well.
seconds. I could probably grab a few more things. Only 30 seconds left. Let's do some shopping.
Okay, let's get a different weapon out of the scout. Perfect. I don't know why I got ammo. That was stupid. That was a stupid use of my stick.
10 seconds to get to the ring. Recharging shield.
Oh, actually, I might need that now that I'm by myself. Yeah. Okay. I gotta get to the ring. There is a replicator right here. Is that better? Poggers. What do I got? What do I got? I got 55.
Attention. Welcome to the shop. I've got just the thing for you. You are coming home with me tonight.
I should look for a different weapon. Okay, so now there's some people here, it looks like. Yeah, I definitely need a sniper. If there's no one here, then I'm in good shape. I definitely thought I saw people. Okay, there's a bin open. I tried to get the kill because I was not gonna win. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I had seen people drop in. So, Game and Morning Show morning. Thanks for hanging out with us. It is October 20th, 2020. I am Ryan. We got gaming news, re-news coming up in just a second. I saw Hot Brew stop in. He liked my face. That was a good morning. I'm having a good time. Especially after that long drive yesterday. We were out moving stuff from one place to another. It was exhausting. So, otherwise, it's going to be a pretty good week. I told you about Once Upon a Snowman trailer that's come out for Disney Plus. Jeff Bridges has announced that he has lymphoma. Like I said, we got Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming News, Renews. This day in gaming history, Sega came out with Sega Mark III. This date in 1985 in Japan. U.S. Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals decided to dismiss a lawsuit ruling in favor of Accolade. This date in 1992. Rockstar released Midnight Club Los Angeles for PS3, Xbox 360 this day in 08. 09, 2K Games released Borderlands, and that was some of the best stuff. We gave you your 10 best. This is why I pulled up my rundown again, because I was talking about best Halloween movies, and I referenced Hocus Pocus, but I didn't come back to this list that I got. Scream was on this list from EntertainmentEarth.com. Addams Family, Hellboy, Coraline, that's what I was thinking. And I really like It's a Great Pumpkin, Charlie Brown, and Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice is not a Halloween movie per se, but I did like that. Shaun of the Dead, Rear Window, Hocus Pocus, and Young Frankenstein on that list as well. I would say that, yeah, if I was going to say of Halloween movies or movies that have some sort of Halloween theme, I'm on board with the great Charlie Pumpkin's Great Pumpkin, or Charlie Pumpkin, David S. Pumpkins. Any questions? Charlie Brown, Great Pumpkin, and I did like the other movie that I literally just said, and I, for some reason, can't think about. What's going on with me? My brain is tired. Literally just had the list up. Beetlejuice. My gosh. Morning. That's good. 2 arc stars. Do we have any bad people? Okay, so he's getting my purple loot out of there. He's got my purple loot over there.
Already in the next ring. I smell victory. That smells like... That's pork chops.
Enemy here. Shops open for business. First blood. That is cool. You are coming home with me tonight.
Oof. I got good stuff for a shotgun.
Barrel stabilizer here. Level 1.
It's a triple take. I think I want that. Is triple take a sniper? Yep.
Shotgun bolt here. Level 3. Don't worry. I like you too much to let you die.
Please don't disconnect. I don't know why he's on the other side.
This isn't a fair fight. We need a banner.
Nope, he disconnected. What a stupid way to play this game. Okay, where's my other teammate? Oh, sorry, you are with me. Okay. I'll leave my...
Shotgun bolt here. Level 3. Enemy down. Throwing an arc star. Another squad down.
Was he really still alive?
Setting up shop.
I thought he had left. So if I was wrong on that, I would feel stupid.
Don't mind if I do. Black market here. In the mood for some shopping?
Oh, I forgot I can take lots of stuff because this is not my black market. Don't need more of that. Don't need more of that.
I need sniper ammo. Close door here. Let's see what we have up. Lovely idea. Shop's open for business. Remember who hooked you up? I've got your back.
Oh, whoops! I took the sniper ammo right. That's funny.
Let's go here. I bet we'll find something good here. Jump right in position.
Thing has a bad ricochet.
Supply bin here. Optics here. Mid-range.
First time I played Call of Duty after a weekend full of Apex, I was trying to vault like the other way goes, and there we go. Poggers. That's
Nice choice.
sweet.
You've got good taste. Yes. There's someone over there. Thermite out. Enemy down.
Gosh, I just missed so many shots. I got too in close. All right, we're gonna wrap it up. After some gaming morning show, morning gaming news, renews. I am Ryan. We are back tomorrow, 6 to 9 a.m. Pacific time on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and at gamingmorningshow.tv. Yeah, Beetlejuice. That's a good Halloween movie. I like that one. All right, let's wrap up with some more gaming morning show, morning name news. I'm tired. Let's see. Modern Warfare and Warzone going dark and spooky. This is from Polygon. They have decided to darken up things in Call of Duty Modern Warfare. They're going to have a whole bunch of limited time modes from like October 20th today at 10 o'clock Pacific time until the 3rd of November. There's going to be everything from the dude from Saw movies, Jigsaw, and that skin makes me crawl. Leatherface, I think, was in the item shop too. They're going to have the zombies mode where when you get eliminated, you come back as a zombie, and then if you collect enough syringes, then you actually can come back to life. It kind of sounds fun. PS5 using software to manage the this is Sean's headline, jet engine sound of the the PlayStation, PS5 in this case is how they're going to do, but that PS4 has always had that jet engine sound. So that's a couple of those topics in the Gaming Morning Show, Morning Gaming Renews. And last but not least, name of the morning, Shakedown Hawaii, out today for PC. We did retweet it as well. I'm Ryan. It's been a lot of fun. We will see you again tomorrow, 6 to 9 a.m. Pacific time. Thanks for being here with us. I appreciate it. We'll see you again soon. Get some rest, man. It's tiring.